This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about the data loader, and we have discussed how can we use the data loader in order to manage the records inside the object. And then upon managing the records through data loader, how to perform the export operation and the export all we have discussed. Now, today we'll see the few more operations, how can we do with the help of data loader, and then we'll move forward to the next topics. So let me go to the data loader and then let me perform the remaining operations. Now we'll see how to perform the insert operations. How can we insert the records inside this object? So whenever you are going to be inserting the records inside that object, we have to supply the input. So we have to supply the input. Input will be in the form of what? A .csv file. Input will be in the form of a .csv file where we have to specify the records. Okay, we can specify the records in that Excel sheet, and then that Excel sheet has to be saved with the extension .csv file. And then once the operation has been done, that means once the records has been getting inserted, okay, once the records has been getting inserted, then it is going to be generating that output file. Output files. So how many? Two files will be getting generated. Okay, you will be getting two files will be getting generated. First one is a success file. Second one is an error file. So Salesforce is generating two output files to you upon performing the insert operation. So now those two files will be having the information about the successfully processed records information and the failed records information. Whether the record has been successfully processed or not, we can verify that. If the record has been failed, why the record has been failed, what is the problem, what is the reason, we can able to see the reason also inside this error file. So two files will be getting generated over here. Now, in this case, whenever we are going to be inserting the records from your Excel sheet to that object, we have to map the fields. Okay, upon giving this input file to that data loader, we have to map the fields. That means we are having some Excel sheet columns are available. We are having some fields are there inside my object. So in this case, which column value, nothing but which Excel sheet column value should store in which field of my object. We have to map that fields. How to do that, I will show you practically in this case. How to do, now let's see practically in this case. Like for example, first of all, let me log in into my data loader now. So let me log in into my data loader. I'm giving the password along with the security token also. I'm having this security token. Click on login. Now. Click on next. So now from into which object you would like to insert the records, we have to indicate. Okay, now let's see. Let's prepare some records and then how to insert into my account object. We'll see practically now. So let me take an Excel sheet to place some records. I'm taking this existing file for the columns. Okay, just for the columns here, I'm indicating this. I'm removing all these records. So now here I'm having some records are available here. I'm removing this ID column. So because I would like to insert some new records, so that here ID column we no need to provide, that will be generating the Salesforce. I'm giving the names over here. I'm changing these names like data loader account to 1, data loader account to 2, data loader account to 3, like that up to 10 records. And then I'm indicating the type value. So for few records, I'm indicating the type value as prospect. I'm indicating the value as prospect. And for few records, I'm going to be indicating like as a customer channel. Okay. For 5 records, I'm indicating the type value as prospect. For 5 records, I'm giving the type value as customer channel. And the billing city I'm indicating like as Hyderabad. We can give any city name whatever you want. Okay, you can give any city name whatever you want. Depends upon the customer's location, we can specify. I'm indicating the customer's state, Telangana. I'm going to be indicating this. Country, some India. I want to update this. Phone number, we can specify whatever the phone number that you want, we can specify. Fax number also, whatever the fax number that you want, we can specify. A website name, I'm indicating some different websites over here. And industry, I would like to give the industry value as finance. For all the accounts, I'm giving the industry as finance. All these customers are belongs to the finance industry. Annual revenue value, some different values are available. Some different values. Ownership, I'm going to be indicating like as public. Ownership will be public. Rating value, I'm indicating as heart. All the account records, all the customers will be having heart rating. Or else few customers will be with the heart rating, few customers will be with the warm rating also, we can specify. Depends upon your application requirement, we can able to change that rating also here. And the site I don't want, I'm removing this column. And the active status I'm going to be indicating as yes. All the customers will be in active status. PAN number I'm indicating. I'm giving some PAN number value also. Okay, these are the column values. So now here I'm having this Excel sheet. In this Excel sheet, I'm having some 10 customer records are available. Now all these 10 customer records I want to dump into my account object here. Because as a salesperson, every day we are receiving so many records from the marketing or from some different sources. From our partners also, from our subsidiaries also, from our marketing teams also. We are receiving so much data every day. So we are going to be collecting the whole data, storing inside this Excel sheet, and then the whole data I would like to dump into my Salesforce instance. I want to dump this whole data into my Salesforce instance. So now here in this case, whenever if you want to insert all these 10 records into your Salesforce instance, then what we can do? How can we insert? Now let me show you practically how to map the columns, because these are the various columns are available inside my Excel sheets, like as a name column, type column, billing city, billing state, billing country, phone number, fax number, website, industry, annual revenue, ownership, rating, active status, and the PAN number. These are the various columns are available inside my Excel sheet. Now, this which column value should store into which column of my table I want to know. I want to specify how to map that columns over here. How to map, I will show you. Here, two scenarios will come into the picture. The first scenario is your table column names and your Excel sheet column names if both are same. Okay, your table column names and then Excel sheet column names are both may be same. That is one case. Second case, your table column names and Excel sheet column names both are different. In your actual object, the column names, that means the field names, and in my Excel sheet, the columns both are different. At that time, how to map? I will show you both the scenarios. Okay, now. So now here, let me show you this one first, and then I will show you, I will take one more scenario, and then I will show you practically here. Now, so in this case, I would like to insert all these 10 records into my object. Like that, you can place maximum of 50 lakhs records inside this Excel sheet, and we can able to dump into my object in one shot through with the help of data loader. Now, so let's see how can we implement this functionality right now. So save this file. I'm saving this file. Accounts insert .csv. Save that file with the extension .csv. I'm saving this file. Let me close this. Now, I'm having the file with the name accounts insert. In this one, we are having some records are available which I would like to insert into my object. Then how can we do that? Now let's see practically. Before that, let me show you in my account object how many records are available. Let's go to the account. So we are having this records are available. 47 records are available right now. Okay, we are having 47 records are available. Now, so I would like to insert. I'm going to be inserting few more records right now. That means 10 more records right now. So let's go to the data loader. Click on this insert button. Now select the object in which you would like to insert the records. I want to insert the records inside my account object. So select the object as account. Now select the CSV file where the data source is there. What is the data source? Select that file where exactly the records has been placed. My records are available inside a CSV file that is available inside my folder. So select that file where exactly the records are available. So this is my file, accounts insert. Select the file, click on next button. So now it is reading that file. Okay, it is indicating that. It will indicate that count also. How many number of records are available? Now it is indicating your operation will contain 10 records. Yes, correct. The count is correct because I'm inserting 10 records here. In my Excel sheet, I have 10 records. So it is reading that file. These are the 10 records are available. Now, so now specify that mapping. Okay, specify the mapping here. So these are the column headers. Okay, these are the column headers. That means in my Excel sheet, okay, these are the columns are available. Industry column, phone column, billing state, name, annual revenue. These are the columns are there in my Excel sheet. Now tell me in this column value should store in which field of your object. You have to specify. You have to map. This is the source. Then what is the target over here? In which column you want me to insert this particular column value? You have to indicate the target over here. Specify the target. For that one, select that column names. Okay, in which column you would like to insert. For that one, select that option called as create or edit a map. Okay, create or edit a map button. Click on create or edit a map button so that we can able to map that columns over here. So it is indicating these are your object fields. Okay, inside your account object, whatever the fields are there, all the field names will be getting available to you over here. And then these are your Excel sheet column. Whatever the Excel sheet that you have selected, okay, to insert the records, these are the columns are there in my Excel sheet. So in this case, this Excel sheet column value should store into which field of your object. We have to map. For that one, then we can able to map it directly also. Instead of mapping manually, we can able to map it directly by using a button called as auto match fields to columns. There is a button called as auto match fields to columns. In this case, it will be comparing the field names. Based on that field names, it will be mapping automatically. That means whatever the Excel sheet column names are available, based on that column name, if there is any field is there, it will be mapping automatically by default here. We no need to map manually, that will be mapping by Salesforce. So that click on auto match fields to columns. So it is mapping that. So in this case, it is mapping these columns. This is the source, nothing but these are the Excel sheet column names. And these are my object field names. These are my object field names. So both are same, that's what it is mapping all the columns information over here. Okay, all the columns information has been mapped automatically here. Because my Excel sheet column names and my actual object field names both are exactly same. That's what here it is going to mapping automatically. Now click on OK button. Once the columns has been mapped, that means this is the Excel sheet column name. So now this active column value should store into active field of my object. Like that, we are mapping each and every column with that respective field in the object. Now click on OK button. Click on next button. So now it is asking you to select that output location. That means where you want me to store the output files. So whatever the success file and the error files will be generating by Salesforce, where you want me to place that output files. So for that reason, it is asking you to select that location. I would like to select the same location over here. I would like to go with that, the same location. I would like to go with the same location, data loader extract. Now, click on finish button. Okay, click on finish button. So now it is indicating you have chosen to insert new records. Yes, to begin. Yes, I want to go ahead. So then it will be inserting these records into your object. It will be giving the confirmation message. Now, so now my job has been done. The operation has fully completed. There were 10 successful inserts and 0 errors. Nothing but all the 10 records has been inserted into my object without any errors. Whether the records have been inserted or not, I want to know. So for that one, simply we can go to that Excel sheet here. This is the folder where exactly we have selected that extraction folder, nothing but output files. These are the 2 files has been generated by Salesforce. One success file, one error file. When you observe this file name, it is having this file name. Let me copy that file name. So this is a file name over here. The success file name. There is a success file name. So what is this file name indicates here? Let me show you. Success. It is indicating that value. There is a value. What is this value? It is indicating the date timestamp. 08, nothing but the month. 25th date. 20 year. 7 hours. 28 minutes. 8 seconds. 718 milliseconds. This is the date time value here. So now 8 hours. Okay, 25 minutes. Sorry. So this is that 8 will be the month. 25th will be the date, and then 20 will be that year, and then 7 hours, 28 minutes, 8 seconds, 718 milliseconds. Because for 1 second we have 1000 milliseconds are available. So it is indicating that date timestamp. There is the date timestamp value. Base stamp is the date timestamp value. It is preparing this success file here. In this success file, it will be holding that whole information. Whatever the records you have inserted, all the records information will be available over here. Let me open that success file. It is indicating whether the record is inserted or not. So now observe this one. So now you are having that ID column also. So now previously we don't have that ID column, but now Salesforce is inserting one ID column, which is indicating these 10 records has been inserted into your object. For this record, these are the IDs has been generated by Salesforce. We can able to see the IDs of those records also. What are the records you have inserted for those records? What is the ID has been generated by Salesforce? Those ID also we can able to see. And along with that, when you come to this end of this Excel sheet, you will be able to see one more column, that is status column. What about this operation of this particular record? What is the status of this operation? Item created, nothing but record is inserted successfully inside my object. Okay, record has been inserted inside my object. It is indicating clearly to you. This is how we can able to insert the records inside my object through data loader. Okay, with the help of data loader, we can able to insert the records inside this object. Now, this is one case. Now let me show you one more case over there. For example, let me take one more file. Let me show you one more scenario to insert the records. I'm inserting the records with the name test account 1, test account 2, like that, up to 10 records. I'm giving the values the same, no problem. You can give any values, whatever you want. Here I'm changing this names. Name, instead of this column name, I'm indicating like as customer. Customer. This is my Excel sheet column. Type, I'm indicating customer type. And then phone. Instead of phone, I'm indicating contact number. Here I'm indicating fax number. And then I'm indicating annual revenue. Instead of annual revenue, I'm indicating like as salary. Salary amount. Instead of rating, I'm indicating customer rating. Instead of active __ C, I'm indicating the status. Status. These are the columns are there. So I have given some different column names: customer name, customer type, contact number, fax number, and then salary amount, and then customer rating, status value, like that. I'm going to indicate over. Now let me try to insert these records. Observe what will happen. Let's see. I'm saving this file with the name accounts inserted to .csv. I'm saving this file with the name accounts inserted to .csv. Save this file. Now I'm closing this one. Now this is the file. Accounts inserted to. So, but here the column names are a bit different. Okay, in my Excel sheet, I have given some different column names, but in the actual object here, I'm having different columns are available. Then in this case, how to map? Let me show you practically. Now, I would like to insert the records. Click on insert. Select the object name as account. I want to insert some records inside my account object. Select that file where exactly the records are available. Accounts insert to, this is the file. click on open, click on next. It will read the file, it will verify. So now it is indicating initialization succeeded. Your operation will contain 10 records. So 10 records are available inside that record file. The count is correct. Click on OK. Now map these columns. These are my Excel sheet column names. Okay, in my Excel sheet, these are the column names. So now these column values will be storing in which field of your object. We have to specify. So now which Excel sheet column value should store in which field of your object. You have to map these columns. Source to target we need to map. Source means what? My Excel sheet. Target means what? My object field. Okay. Source means my Excel sheet column. Target means my object field. Account object field. How to map? Let's see. Click on create or edit a map. Okay. Click on create or edit a map. So let's map this one automatically. So try to click on this auto match fields to columns. So whatever the Excel sheet column names are available, based on these column names, if there is any matching fields are available, it will be mapping automatically. Remaining, it will be making it as empty. Now click on auto match fields to columns. So these are few columns are there in my Excel sheet, okay, which are having exactly similar fields available inside my object. Here also industry, here also industry. This is my Excel sheet column name, this is my object field. So here also ownership, here also ownership. In both source and target, we are having the same column, but the remaining columns are different. Okay, so with this Excel sheet column name, we don't have any field inside my object, so it is making it as empty. Then how can we map this one? How to map the remaining columns here? What we can do? For that reason here, just you have to map manually how these are the columns are there inside my object. So just you can drag and drop to map these columns here. So now contact number. Contact number means what? Phone. So please store this Excel sheet column values into my phone field of my object. So where is my phone field here? Let's verify the phone. Here is the phone. So just you can map by using this drag and drop. Just you can drag and drop. Okay, I want to map with this. Contact number value store into phone field. Customer name. I want to store in that name field. Okay, name field. Just you can drag and drop. Name column. Customer rating. I want to store in that rating field. The rating field. I would like to map, drag and drop. Customer type, that will be into the type field. Just you can drag and drop. Fax number. I want to store in that fax field. Just you can drag and drop. Like the similar way, we have salary amount. That is nothing but annual revenue. Okay, annual revenue. I'm placing inside this. Status, that means active status here. Active __ C. Like that. This is the way. If the Excel sheet column names and then your object field names both are same, just you can click on auto match fields to columns. That will be sufficient. Suppose if your Excel sheet column names and then your object field names both are different, then at that time we have to map it manually here by using this drag and drop facilities. Okay, these are the two scenarios will come into the picture. So upon mapping this, upon inserting the records into your objects through data loader, we have to follow this process. Now, so now here, once all the columns information has been mapped, then click on OK button. The remaining story will be same, no change at all. Click on next button. Select the target location where exactly you want me to place that. Okay, output files. Click on OK. Click on finish. Now it will insert those records into your object here. 10 records will be getting inserted. It is indicating there were 0 successful inserts and then 10 errors. Let's see. What is that errors information? Let's see the error files. Now, so what is that error information? Now let's see practically in this case. Let's open that. Sorry, the error file. So now duplicates detected. Okay, duplicates detected. Nothing but with the same details we have entered some duplicate values also. So there is a duplicate rule is available on my account object. Let me deactivate that. Let me deactivate the duplicate rules. Go to the data management. Go to the duplicate management. Click on duplicate rules. Salesforce has given 3 duplicate rules on one account, one lead, and one contact. So click on duplicate rules. Go to that account object here. On this account object, there is a duplicate rule is available here, which is in active status. Just to open it and then deactivate. Deactivate this duplication rules. Now, so let's go back to that, and we can able to insert the records right now. As of now, inside my account object, how many records are there? 57 records will be available, right? 57. Now let me insert these records right now. Let's go to that insert account object. Select the file that is insert to. Go to the next. Create or edit a map. Auto match the fields to the columns. Remaining columns we have to map manually, like as customer number, that means phone, contact number. There is nothing but phone column I'm mapping over here. Customer name, that is nothing but name field I'm mapping it over here. Customer rating, that is nothing but the rating field, I want to map it. Type field a value, I am going to mapping it over here. Fax number means the fax column. And then salary amount, that is nothing but annual revenue. Status column means active status column. Now click on OK. Click on next button. Select the location where exactly output files has to be get generated over here. Now click on finish. It is performing those operations to you. It will be giving that information. There were 10 successful inserts and 0 errors. That means all the 10 records has been inserted successfully, and then you will be having 0 errors. Without any errors, all the records have been inserted. You will be getting the success file also, error file also will be available. In this success file, we can able to see what records has been inserted successfully. So these are the records has been inserted successfully inside my object here. These are the records which has been inserted successfully, and it is indicating the status as item created. These items, nothing but this record has been created successfully, and these are the IDs has been generated by Salesforce for my records. So we can able to verify all this information. Now, so whenever we are inserting the records inside this object, Salesforce is giving a duplicate rule, based on some city name, based on that building city, Salesforce is providing one duplicate rule because to verify, if you are trying to be creating the bulk records with the same city name, it will be preventing you to insert. So for that one, just we can duplicate rule so that to avoid the duplications of those records. So that we can able to deactivate the duplicate rules given by Salesforce, and we can create those records in future by using Apex programming through triggers. So this is the way we are going to be inserting the records inside this object. This is how we are going to be inserting the records inside your object in Salesforce. Now, let's see the next operation, update. How can we update the records inside the object? We'll see practically. Now, update operation. So what do you mean by update operation? Update operation is used to update the records inside this object. Okay. So whatever the records are there inside my Salesforce object, if you want to update the records, then generally we can go with the page layout. Like let's go to that accounts tab, okay, open that record and then click on edit button and we can modify that. But in this case, what happened? Record by record, record by record, record by record, I need to update. But in some cases, I want to update some bulk records in one shot. I want to modify bulk records in one shot. Then how can we do that bulk records updation? To update the bulk records inside your Salesforce instance in one shot, we are using the help of this data loader. Through this data loader, we can able to update maximum of 50 lakhs records in one shot by assigning some value values. What field values you want to modify, we can decide, depends upon your application requirement. We can able to change those values also. That possibility will be available to you over here. Now, in this case, for example, let's see. Assume that here I'm having some records are available. Starting with the name test account. So now we are having the test account 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10 records are available here. For these 10 records, okay, I would like to change the industry value from finance to manufacturing. I want to change this the account industry value from finance to manufacturing. Then how can we change this value? Now let's see practically. Okay, I want to change this value from finance to manufacturing. Then how can we do that? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so let's take a small use case. But whenever you are going to be updating the record, first of all, we need to open that record, right? Then how to identify that record? We need that record ID. Whenever if you want to update the record, we need that record ID mandatorily. To update the record, we should have the record ID. Okay, because I want to update one specific record, so that how can you recognize that record by using record ID? So that mandatorily we should have the record ID. Based on that record ID only we can able to update those record values also. Now we can update one or more record details at a time by using data loader. We can update one or more number of records, okay, in one shot. Then how can we do that? Now let's see. Okay, now. So let me take that use case. So whatever the account record that I have inserted right now, like as test account 1, test account 2, test account 3, like that. So now for those account records, I would like to change the industry value to manufacturing. Then how can we do that? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, then how can we update this one? Now let's see practically. So let me take that records first. Let me go to the records. These are the 10 records are available. These are the 10 records are available. So these are the IDs of those records. I don't want to change all the columns. Type also I don't want to modify. Billing city, state, country, I don't want to modify, and the contact number also. For example, contact number I would like to modify. I'm deleting these columns. Website name also I would like to modify, and the remaining values I don't want. I want to modify only these columns. Just ID is sufficient. No need of name also. So I would like to change this value from finance to manufacturing. These account records should be having the industry of type manufacturing. I would like to change the contact numbers also. I would like to update the contact numbers to all R7s. The same value I would like to reflect. And then all R9. I'm going to be reflecting this. Okay. I want to update. Whatever the accounts are available for these account records, I want to update the industry as manufacturing, and then phone number as this all R7s, fax number as all R9s. I want to update this. Now, so now here in this case, I would like to update these records, okay, inside my object. And then I would like to collect these record values based on this ID. And then I would like to update those records by assigning the industry value as manufacturing, and then fax value, and then contact number value. So I would like to update it. Then how can we do that? Okay, now let me show you practically in this case. So now let's see practically in this case, how can we do this? So let me save this file. I'm going to saving this file inside my location. Accounts update .csv. I'm giving that file name as accounts updates.csv. That means these are the records which you would like to update inside my account object by assigning this field values. Now, click on save. Save this file and close it. Now, save the file and close it. Now, so let's see. How can we update these records? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so now let's go with that data loader. Click on update. Select the object name as account. Click on browse. Select the file where exactly the records are available. So now my records are available inside my accounts updates. Now click on next button. Click on next button. So now it is indicating your operation will contain 10 records, so that it will be indicating that the count of those records inside that Excel sheet. So now the count is correct. Now these are the columns are there. I want to map this column. So click on create or edit a map. map these columns. Okay, which column data you would like to store in which field of your object. Click on auto match fields to columns. It is mapping these two columns automatically because both are same in your Excel sheet, in your object, both are same, and then remaining columns you have to map. So contact number, okay, contact number we have to install, we have to map, and then fax number you have to map. So contact number means that will be the phone number. I'm selecting the phone field, I'm mapping it over here. Fax number is nothing but fax field. Map this fax field. So here I'm mapping this columns information. So once the values have been mapped, once the columns has been mapped, then click on OK button. Click on next. Select the target location in order to store the success file and the error file. Select the target location where exactly you want me to save that success file and the error file. So I want to save this file in this location. Click on finish. Now, I would like to update these records. So now it is indicating that there were 0 successful updates and 10 errors. So now the records has been failed to update. Why? Okay, now let's see what is the problem. So let's go to that error file and let's see that errors information, why the records has been failed. So let me open the error file. Now, I think record cannot be modified. Because there are processes are available. Okay, so there is an approval process is available on this one, so that here because of this approval process the records we cannot able to modify, because here as soon as whenever the record has been submitted for the approval, the record will go in the read-only state. Once the record has been submitted, okay, for the approval, the record will go in the read-only state. That's what I'm unable to update those records over here. That's what it is indicating, those records. These records I'm unable to update that. Now, so let me complete that process here. Let me update those records manually. Let me take those records. Test account 1. Let me make that record to be get approved. See, it is going to be having the locking. That's what here I'm unable to update this record. The records have been went for the approval. It is in pending status for the approval here. Let me approve those records. Unlock the record. Record will be unlocked. Let me open for the remaining records also. Go to the home page. Let me approve those records one by one.
Sir,
all are
if we
waiting for
have
the approval.
thousands of records, then how can we approve?
Sorry?
If we have thousands of records, so we cannot do record by record, right? So
Now, at that time, we have to go with the programmatically. Through programming, we have to approve those records. For that one, there is a class called as service request class. Through that service request class, we can able to approve the request, okay, through programmatically bulk records. We can design one Visual Force page, and there we can able to collect all these records which are waiting for the approval. We can place inside the tabular format, select one checkbox which will be selecting all the records checkboxes automatically. We can make it approve in one shot. That possibility is there.
Okay. So every time this is the same process. We need to create the Apex clause and everything.
Yes, because every time in the sense we can able to collect those records here in one shot, and then we can able to make it up.
Okay. So for the time being, you are just doing record by record.
Yes,
manually.
right. Yes, because I'm going to doing it manually over here.
Thank you.
So I'm unlocking this record. Let me go with that. Fourth record, unlock it. Fifth record, I'm unlocking that record. And the sixth record I would like to unlock. And the seventh record also I would like to unlock. And the eighth record. And the 10th record, unlock it. And the 9th record, unlock it. Because when the record has been getting submitted, like for example, when you go to your real organization also, whenever you are submitting the timesheet, automatically once the timesheet has been submitted, then automatically timesheet will go in the read-only state. You can't modify the timesheet again. Once it has been submitted, you can't modify. Once you are applying for a leave, then you can't modify that record. Once you are doing any transaction, then you can't modify that record entry again, because that will be in the read-only state automatically by default. You can't modify those informations over there until or unless your manager is unlocking that. Until or unless your manager is unlocking that, you can't modify anything over there.
I have a question. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Like how you deactivated the duplicate rule, can we go and deactivate the process?
Yes, we can do. Yes, we can do that. But already record is an unlocked, record is locked state, right? That's what.
Okay.
Already record went for that locking state, so that here I have unlocked that each and every record. Instead of deactivating that process, okay, approval process, I have deactivated. I have unlocked that records for the time being. So before doing that practice, okay, if you're having any approval process on your object, then just you can go to the approval process and you can make it as, okay, deactivate, inactive status. Now, so let me try to perform this operation now. Let's go to that update. I'm going to be updating this record here, object of account. So let's go to that accounts updates. Go to the next. Record, the file contains 10 records. I would like to map the columns. Fax number column I would like to map manually. And then contact number column, that means phone column, I would like to map manually. I'm changing this industry values to manufacturing. Click on next button. Select the location where exactly you would like to store that output files. Click on finish. Click on yes. So now I'm updating the records inside my object. So now there were 1 successful updates and 9 errors. Let's see what will be those errors. If you want to see the errors information, click on view errors. Again, it has been filed over. Okay, so now it is indicating that again the record is available inside this approval process. That's what here the record has been, still it is unable to perform this operation. It is unable to update it. Now, let me deactivate my approval. Go to the approval process. Let me deactivate it. I have deactivated the approval process also. Go to the home. So these records are still waiting for the processing. These are still waiting for the processing. That's what here it is giving me the error messages in order to update those records. Okay. So before updating the record, just deactivate the approval process and then you can update that records also. No problem. You can able to perform. Before insertion, before updation, you can do that operation. Okay, if you're having any approval processes are there inside your organization, just you can deactivate. In my organization, I have an approval process. I forgot to deactivate that process. That's what here I'm unable to update those records right now. So let's try to do some more operation.
Sir, this approval process is going to be covered in other concept, right? So
yes, right. You are from a morning batch, right? 7 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are going to be covering the next one, next sessions.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That will be the next topics. Now, so let me make it as approve for these records. Unlock the record. And then test account to 2, I would like to approve. Unlock this record.
Feroz, so for every record created, admin has to approve it. How does it work?
Yes, yes. Because I have created one approval process on this one, automatically it will go for the approval process. Okay.
So if the approval process is not created, then
directly you can update. Automatically
all
we
the
can
records
update.
will be approved, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If the approval process is not created, then it won't go for the approval. Record will be there inside your object. You can modify, you can update, you can do anything, whatever you want.
Okay, so whoever the user is who is creating, he can do anything
Yes,
without
everything.
getting any approval.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Now,
But
so
in
now
most of the cases, is it mandatory to create the approval process or?
No, not required, not required. Only for account object during the topic, I have used this account and then there I have created one approval process. That's
Okay.
okay. The next one. The next one will see upset operation. How can we do the upset operation inside your Salesforce instance? So upset operation means what? You know, upset is nothing but the combination of both insert and update. Upset is nothing but the combination of both insert and update. That means what? We can able to insert some new records, we can update some existing records in one shot. As of now, insert operation we did separately, update operation we did separately. But in few cases, I have an object. In that object, I want to update some records. I want to insert some records also. So instead of doing these two operations separately, okay, we can able to combine it into a single operation also by using upset. Now, so in this case, upset is nothing but the combination of both insertion and updation into an object in one shot. That we can able to do. So whatever the records you are going to update, those records also we have to place inside that same Excel sheet. Whatever the records you are going to insert, those records also we have to place inside that same Excel sheet. Okay, the records which you would like to update, those are also, and the records which you are trying to insert, those are also. The whole records you have to place in a single Excel sheet. But in this case, how Salesforce will differentiate? How this the data loader will differentiate? These are the records needs to be inserted. These are the records need to be updated. So that will be purely deciding based on record ID. If the record is having the ID value, then that means the record has to update because that is already an existing record. So ID is there, so we have to update that. If the record is not having the ID value, then we need to insert that, because here without the ID means what? This record is not yet inserted, so we need to insert this record. It will be treating like as a new. So that here, whenever we are going to be upsetting the records, we have to use a single Excel sheet. In that Excel sheet, it is going to be placing the records. Now, let me do the note point. We need to place the records inside an Excel sheet or inside a CSV file, which needs to be get inserted and updated. Now, data loader will differentiate the records based on the record ID. Based on the record ID, it will differentiate the record. Now, in this case, it will delete the records. Sorry, it will update the records. It will update the records which are having the record ID. And it will insert the records which doesn't have the record ID. So the records which are having the ID, those records will be considered as existing records, so that Salesforce will update those records. And the records which doesn't have the ID, those will be considering as new, so that it will be inserting those records inside your object. Now, so this is the way. Then how can we do that? Okay, now let's see practically. So now let me take a success file which is having some record IDs inside this. So I am going to be making this 2 records. I would like to update. Two records are there. So now test account 1, test account 2. For these 2 records, I would like to update. Customer type, I am going to be updating it as customer direct. Here also customer direct. And then contact number, I am going to be updating it as some value. The same contact number. Fax number I'm updating as all R7s. Website will be the same. I want to change the industry as manufacturing. Industry as manufacturing. And status I'm removing this. I don't want the status column. Here I'm indicating yes. Active status should be yes. Now, so these are the 2 records are there. Okay, test account 1, test account 2, which are having some record IDs. Now I want to insert 3 more records also. I want to insert 3 more records. Then how can we do that? I'm indicating that. Now I would like to insert the records with the name Ram Kumar 1, Ram Kumar 2, and the Ram Kumar 3. 3 records I want to insert. So now here I'm not passing any ID because the records I would like to insert. ID will be generating when once the record is inserted, then only Salesforce will generate the ID. I'm not passing any ID over here. So now the customer type I'm indicating like as prospect. I'm indicating that billing city as some Bangalore, and then state as some Telangana. Sorry, Karnataka, and then this as India. So now this value I'm going to be indicating for all these three customers. I'm indicating same. Contact number I'm giving all are 7s, and the fax number I'm giving 9. And the website name I'm indicating like as salesforce.com. Industry, like as some technology. I'm indicating this same value. Salary amount I'm indicating like as some 30 lakhs. And the ownership as some public. Rating value some warm. Active status some yes. Now, these are the values I would like to supply for these three records. And then PAN number I'm indicating the value. I'm indicating the same PAN number. So these are the total 5 records are available inside my Excel sheet. So the test account 1, test account 2. Okay, 2 records are available which are having the IDs, and then 3 records are there: Ram Kumar 1, Ram Kumar 2, Ram Kumar 3. These are the 3 records are there which needs to be get inserted. So in this case, what are the records you are trying to update? What are the records you are trying to insert? Both the records you have to place inside the single Excel sheet itself. But the Salesforce is differentiating that. So what are the records are having the IDs? So these records will be getting updated. Records which doesn't have any ID, these will be getting inserted because it will be treating it as new. Now, so let's see how can we perform this upsert operation. Now let's see. Let me save this file. I'm giving the file name as accounts upsert.csv. I'm giving that file name as accounts upserts.csv. Now I'm saving this file. So now my file is available right now over here, accounts upserts. This is the file. So let me go with the data loader in order to update those records and then insert those records. Click on upsert button. I want to perform the operation in the account object. Select the file where exactly the records has been placed to be get upserted. So now here I'm selecting that file, accounts upserts. Select the file. Click on next button. The operation will contain 10 records. It will be having only 5, right? So let me edit that file. Let me save. Now, let me use this upsert. Select the object, select the file, click on next. Now it is indicating your operation will contain 5 records. Yes, the count is correct. So now it is indicating ID. Okay, now there are no external ID fields defined in the account object here. So it will be collecting this ID field value as okay the base to decide whether the records can be inserted or updated. Now click on next button. Now map that columns over here. You know the same thing, how to map these columns. Click create or edit a map. So now auto match the fields to columns. So now some column names are same, some column names are different. So what are the different column names are there? I would like to map manually by using drag and drop facility given by Salesforce. Contact number means the phone value. I would like to map that phone column here. Customer name, I would like to map that name column. Customer rating, I would like to map the rating column. Customer type, I would like to map the type column. Fax number, I would like to map the fax column. And then salary amount, that means annual revenue. I would like to map that annual revenue value. Status, active status, I would like to map. I'm mapping this columns information inside this. And then click on OK. So whatever the values are available, whatever the fields are available, we have mapped all the fields. Now click on next button. So select that location where exactly you want me to save that output files. The same location I would like to save that output files also. Click on finish. Now it is indicating that you have chosen to add new records and are updating existing records. So the action you are about to take cannot be undone. That means once the operation has been done, we can't restore it back. That means you can't undo that operation. That will be fixed. For that reason here, it is asking for your confirmation. Do you want me to go ahead or not? Yes. Click on yes. It will perform those operations. So now it is indicating there were 0 successful upserts and the 5 errors. Let's see what are those errors right now. So now here in this case here, on this account records, it is having that the approval process is available. These records has been went for the approval process also. So the process has been failed again. That's what it is indicating, this error message. Now, let me take some different records over there. Some records are waiting inside that approval process. There is a process builder is available. Which will be invoking that process. Deactivate this. Records are waiting. Now, so we have deactivated that. Let me retry again. Let me go to that file. Click on upset. Go to that account. Select that file, account upsets. Go to the next. Map that columns. Auto match the fields to the columns. Contact number I'm mapping with phone. Customer rating I'm going to mapping with that rating column. Name column I'm mapping over here. Type column also I would like to map. Fax number. And then annual revenue. Active status. Click on OK. Go to the next. Click on finish. Now it is indicating that there were 5 successful upserts and then 0 errors. So now whatever the records that we are trying to be inserting, those records are inserted successfully and the records also updated. Now let's go to your location and then see that success file and the error file. When you go to the success file, it is indicating clearly which records has been inserted, which records has been updated. Now, so these are the 2 records, test account 1, test account 2, which have been updated over here. So now when you come to that last, it will be indicating that status as, it will be adding the status column, item updated. These 2 records have been updated successfully. And then Ram Kumar 1, 2, and 3, these records has been created successfully. Here for this record, these are the IDs has been generated by Salesforce. When you come to the last, we can able to see these items has been created. That means record has been created successfully. So we are able to create some records. We are able to update some records also inside that object with the help of this data loader. Not only performing simply the insertion, we can able to update the records and we can able to perform all the DML operations also on these objects in one shot. So this is a way we can able to perform the upsert operation inside your objects through data loader. Now, the next one.
Feroz?
The next operation is delete.
Hey, Feroz.
Yes.
One question. So if there is no records to insert, if I use the upsert, will it be like work as an update function?
No, because here record ID, how can you place the record ID?
No, not the record ID. Let's say I have the 2 records with the record ID,
Okay.
and I just click on offset. So will it work as update?
Yes, simply update. Okay, because no more records are there to insert, so simply it will be working like as update operation.
Okay, okay.
If the records are there, it will insert additionally. If the records are not there, simply it will be doing the update operation.
Okay, okay.
Next, the delete operation. So how can we remove the records, okay, from the object? Through data loader. Now let's see practical. By using this delete operation, we can able to remove 1 or more number of records from the object in one shot. Generally, when you try to remove the records from the object, we have to open each record manually, click on delete button to delete the record. But if we are having some few records, then we can able to manage our time. We can spend some time like us 10 minutes, half an hour and 1 hour, and we can delete the records one by one, one by one, one by one. Suppose if you're having some more number of records are available, so millions of records are available at that time, deleting those more number of records will take more time. It will be a time consuming process. Now, so now here in this case, whenever if you want to delete more number of records in one shot, then we can go with Apex programming if you are a developer, or else you can go with the data loader. So through data loader also we can able to remove more number of records in one shot. Then how can we remove more number of records in one shot? Okay, we see practically with the help of this delete button as part of this data loader. Now, So, but whenever if you want to remove the record from the object through data loader, we need record ID. We need the record ID. Just with the help of record ID, we can able to remove the record from that object. And then whatever the records we have removed through data loader, where this record will go. Will the record will be removed permanently from your Salesforce object? No. Record will go to the recycle bin and it will be there in the recycle bin for the next 15 days so that we can able to restore that record back at any point of time. Now, in this case, so let me go to the node point. So here in this case here, to delete the records from the object, we have to supply the record ID inside the CSV file. Okay, we have to supply the record ID inside the CSV file so that we can able to remove those records. And then already I have given that node point to you already in the previous session itself. Deleted record will go in the recycle bin for the next 15 days. Then how can we remove those records from the object? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so let me take few account record IDs and then let me try to remove those records from my object through data loader. Now, so let me take some account records. Before that, let me verify what records are there inside my recycle bin. Go to the recycle bin. Few records are there. We can make it as empty. For our confirmation, we can see. So right now, recycle bin is empty. Let's go to that accounts and then take few account records over here. I would like to take few account records, okay, in order to delete those things. So already I'm having some 5 account record IDs are available with me. These are the record IDs are available. Test account 1, 2, Ram Kumar 1, 2, 3. So these are the records are available here. So I would like to delete these 5 records from my object. These are the 5 records which I would like to remove. Then, how can we delete now? Let's see. Now, so let me take one more CSV file. I'm going to be indicating the column name as ID. Here I'm placing this record IDs. These are the records. We have 5 account record IDs are there, which I would like to do. So to remove the record, we no need of record names and other columns. Just we can able to use the ID. So these are the records which I would like to do. Now, then you can raise a question. Sir, already you have collected this record ID. Generally, when you go to the real time, then how can we collect those record IDs to remove? First of all, we have to export. Okay, go to the export operation. That means get the records IDs, okay, which you would like to delete. So go to that export operation first and then prepare the SOAKable query, nothing but select the columns information based on some condition. Then it will be exporting those records, just to copy those IDs and then you can remove those records. Or else manually we have to go to each and every record, copy the ID from the URL, you have to paste inside that Excel sheet. I don't want to do that here. Just export those record IDs which you would like to delete by making that export operation and then delete those records. So these are the 5 records are there which I would like to remove. Let me save this file. I want to save this file with a comma separated values. Accounts delete.csv. Accounts delete.csv. So now these are the account records which I would like to. These are the record IDs. I want to remove these records, okay, from my object. Now click on save. Let me close this file also. Whenever you are trying to be using this data loader, don't make that Excel sheet will be in open state, because this is a file. Excel sheet is a file. A file can be using by only one person at a time, not multiple. If the file is in open state, then data loader can't read that file because already you are using. Okay, if you are using that file, then data loader can't use that file again. So that please make sure file here has been closed. Now, so let's go to the data loader to remove those records. Click on delete button. Select the object from which you would like to remove the records. Select the Excel sheet where exactly the record IDs has been placed. Click on open. Click on next button. Now it is indicating your operation contains 5 records. Yes, the count is correct. Now it is going to be using the ID column to remove the records from the object. Create or edit a map. Auto match fields to the columns. So whatever the columns are available inside my Excel sheet, I want to map these columns with my object field. So it is mapping with ID column. Click on OK. Click on next. Select that output files location where exactly you want me to place that. I want to place in the same location. When you click on finish button, it will be giving a warning message to you, boss, you are trying to be removing the records. Okay, now click on finish. It is indicating you have chosen to delete existing records. Do you want me to begin this operation or not? Yes. Click on yes. It is giving one more operation to you. One more warning. Warning message. The number of records allowed in the recycle bin is limited. Like for example, if I'm removing some bulk records, like some millions of records, then generally the records should go into the recycle bin. But in this case, recycle bin may not be having the sufficient space to store all the millions of records which I have removed. So at that time, whatever the space is available, in that space, it will be accommodating some records. The remaining records will be removing permanently from their instance. Okay. So whenever I'm deleting some 20 lakhs records, for example, if the data load, the recycle bin is having the capability to place only some 10 lakhs records, remaining 10 lakhs records will be removing permanently from your Salesforce instance, which you can't get back again. Those operations can't undo. We can't restore those records again. 10 lakhs records are there inside the recycle bin. These you can restore it back. Remaining 10 lakhs records have been removed permanently. We can't get it back again. So that's what here you want me to go with that operation or not. Now, that's what it is giving that warning message that the number of records allowed in your recycle bin is limited. The action you are about to take may cause irreversible data loss. That means, so the data will be lost, which you can't reverse it back. You can't get it back to records that may exist in your recycle bin. Are you sure you want me to continue? Yes, I want to go with that. I'm having only 5 records, so that here these records can accommodate double in the recycle bin. So I will get it back if it is required for me in future. Now click on yes. It is performing the operations over here. Now it is indicating there were 5 successful deletes and the 0 errors. Whatever the 5 record IDs I have supplied, those records has been removed successfully from my object. Those have been placed inside that recycle. So if you want to cross-check that, just you can able to go to that success file, open that successful. It is indicating clearly. It is indicating clearly that information that records has been deleted successfully. So it is indicating clearly item deleted. That means these are the records has been deleted over here. Now, so now when you go to this object, let's test inside your object. So refresh your user interface. Test account 1, test account 2, Ram Kumar 1, Ram Kumar 2, Ram Kumar 3. 5 record IDs I have supplied. Those records has been written. Let's go to the recycle bin. Now these records has been deleted over. Test account 1, test account 2, Ram Kumar 1 and the 2 and the 3. These 5 records have been deleted successfully. These deleted records are available inside the recycle bin. So at any point of time, we can able to restore these records back to the actual object by using undelete operation within the next 15 days. That possibility is available. Okay, this is how we can able to remove the record from the object by using data loader. The next one. The next one is we are having hard delete operation. Hard delete operation means what? That you know that generally nobody will give the permission to you to perform the hard delete operation. Okay, nobody will give the permission to perform hard delete operation. Okay, just but you have to aware of that. What is hard delete operation? Hard delete means what? Generally, as of now, we have performed the delete operation. What the delete operation has done? Delete operation is going to be removing the record from the object. It is removing the record from the object. It is moving. So whatever the records we have removed, those records has been placed inside that recycle bin, so that we can restore those records back to the actual object. Sometimes there are some unused records are available. There are some unused records are available which I don't want inside my Salesforce instance. There are some unused records are available which I don't want inside my object. I want to remove those records permanently from my Salesforce instance. I want to remove those records permanently from my Salesforce instance. Then how can we remove those records permanently from a Salesforce instance? For that one, we are using an operation called as hard delete. Hard delete means what? Remove the records from the object without moving to the recycle bin. Okay, without moving to the recycle bin, we can remove the record permanently from the Salesforce instance so that we can't get back those records again. So it will not be moving to the recycle bin directly. It will be removing from the Salesforce instance permanently. There is no chance of get back those records again. Then if you want to do that operation, then we need a permission that is called as bulk API hard delete in your profile level. Inside your profile level, you need that bulk API hard delete permission inside the profile level. Generally, when you go to the real time, nobody will grant this permission to you, because as a human being, we can do some mistakes. If I did some mistake, then I can restore it back. I can able to correct it back. So I need some chance for the restoring. But if I'm granting this permission, if something went wrong, the whole data will lost, which we can't get back. It will be a big problem. It will be impacting on the business and the credibility. That's what here nobody will grant this permission in the real time. So that here just you should be aware of what exactly hard delete operation. Now, so in this case, when coming to the hard delete operation is used to remove the record permanently from your Salesforce instance without moving to the recycle bin. So that if you want to perform this operation, we need a special permission that is called as bulk API hard delete inside your profile level. Then where is that profile level permission? Let me show you. Now, when you go to your Salesforce instance, you will be having your profile. Go to the setup menu. This is what currently logged in user, training batch user. That user is having a profile. Let me show you. Go to the administrator menu. Go to that menu as users. Click on the users. We can see the currently logged in user information training batch. He is a currently logged in user training batch user. For this user, there is a profile. It is indicating the profile. System administrator. Is a system administrator profile. So now click on this profile name, you will be having the permission. Okay, you will be having the permission. When you come down, you will be having a permission called as bulk API hard delete permission. That permission also deactivating for that administrator user also. Let's see. See, there is an option. Bulk API hard delete. This checkbox has been unselected. Even though he is an administrator, he is a human being. So, but the administrators also they are deactivating this one. Can I select this one? No, you can't select this one here. Even though when you click on this edit button also for your profile, click on this edit button. Let's try to select that checkbox here. You can't select. Even though you are an administrator, you won't get that option here. Let's see. Where is that option? Bulk API hard delete. See, now bulk API hard delete. Let's unselect this one. Select this one. Nothing will happen. Even though once you click on, when you try to select this one, even though you are a AWS administrator, they won't grant this permission here. Because as a human being, you are also an administrator, fine, no problem. But you can also do some mistakes, right? By mistake, it will happen. So at that time, if you remove some operators, some records, okay, which you can't get back, it will be a problem for you. That's what here it is going to be deactivating this permission. But you need some permission like as bulk API hard delete. Okay, if you want to do that hard delete operation. Okay, so this is the process over here as part of this particular hard delete operation. Hard delete operation is used to remove the records permanently from the Salesforce instance without moving to the recycle. Now, in some cases, in the entry point of view, they will raise one more question. Whenever we are logging into the data loader, we are giving that password and then security token both. We are going to be logging into the data loader by using that username, password along with security token. Sometimes they will raise the question in the entry point of view. I want to log in into my data loader without providing the security token. How? Just with the username and the password, I want to log in. I don't want to provide the security token. Without providing the security token, how can we log into the data? How can we do this? It's a common question in every interview as part of data loader. Now, in this case, whenever if you want to log in into the data loader without providing the security token, suppose for example, so now let me try what will happen in this case. Let me log out from this data loader. Now let's click on export. It is asking for me to enter that username and the password. I have entered the username, I'm entering the password. I have entered the correct password. Click on login. It is indicating check your username and password. Even though I have entered the correct password, it is not allowing me here. Suppose for example, I'm passing the security token also. This is the security token. I'm not changing the password, just I'm going to be a password I have entered correct. So when I place that security token, it is allowing me to log in over. See, login successful. Okay, even though I have entered the correct password, it is not allowing me here. Compulsorily, it is expecting the security token, but now I don't want to provide the security token. I want to log in into my data loader just by using username and the password. Then how? In this case here, let me log out. In this case, add the universal IP address in your profile. Inside your profile, we can add the universal IP address. How can we do that? Let me show you. Just to go to that user's profile. This is the profile of that user. Administrator's profile is system administrator profile. Just to go to the last, you will be having that last of the profile. There you are having an option called as add IP ranges. Add IP ranges, login IP ranges. Go to this login IP ranges and then click on new button. I'm adding the universal IP address, starting IP address of that network, ending IP address of the network. I'm indicating 0.0.0.0 and then 255.255.255.255. This is that universal IP address. That means all the systems IP addresses will be available in between this range only. Okay, all the systems IP addresses will be available in this particular range. This is the range of networks IP addresses. Now, so add this universal IP address for this particular profile. So now once the universal IP address has been getting added for this profile, then click on save. Click on save. I have added this universal IP address, so 0.0.0.0 and then 255.255.255.255. Now, let's try to log in into the data loader. Click on export. Enter the password. Click on login. Login successful. See, previously what happened? When I enter the correct password, also it is showing a message, check your username and password. When I add that security token, then only it is logging me. But every time generating the security token is difficult in the real time. For that reason, Salesforce has given this option that we can able to add the universal IP address on the profile. That means the user can log in into the data loader from any system, So for that reason here, we are adding the universal IP address inside that profile level, and then we can log into the data loader, okay, without specifying that security token. That means in the entry point of view, they will raise a question how to log in into the data loader, okay, by using that just the username and the password without providing the security token. So if you want to log in into the data loader just with the username and the password without providing the security token, we have to go with that, add that login IP ranges. Add the login IP ranges, that means network IP range, and then you can access that data. So that we can able to log in directly just by you entering the username and the password without providing the security token. So this is a way we can able to use the data loader to perform the operation. This is the concept of data management in Salesforce. Okay. The next concept is reports and dashboards. We'll see that session in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we'll be having the reports and dashboards so that we can complete that reports and dashboards topic.
Sir, I have one question here.
Yes.